Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel, Crafty Concepts with Erin. I'm Erin and I'm going to do an album flip through. This is the True Story mini album. It's a 6x8. It's a special going on with Close to My Heart right now. I'm going to show you how I use this and then even give you some ideas on how this might work for you. Everything you're going to see is included in this bundle. You just get to put it together and that's super fun. I did add just a few things here and there and I'll point those out so that you know as we go along. Now I kind of use this as a highlights of 2021. Now I went and chose just a year of time. I went back in my phone and selected some of my favorite photos. A lot of these are everyday life photos that were just special to me and things that we do routinely. I love capturing everyday life. It often gets overlooked for, we do the holidays and the big events, birthdays, trips, whatnot, but everyday life really is what it's all about. I mean, and that's where a lot of our special memories are made. So this album creates tons of interactive pages and I'm just kind of geeking out about it. It's so fun and just to explore and open and discover. So let's go ahead and dive in. This first page is like a half page and they have two little pockets here for you to include photos in. Now you could even add more photos. These are 3x4 flip flaps. All the flip flaps come included in this with instructions. And before I forget, I want to tell you that Close to My Heart is having a Facebook event February 15th at 2 o'clock. It's a live event where they'll be putting this together. So if you want to get yours, order it in time for it to arrive and you can join in the fun and craft along next to them. So this first one here is I walk my dogs almost daily. So this is my dog Flynn just looking up at me like, let's go mom, let's go. And a picture of myself on the other side. And we're just kind of hiking around our house. And this one is a photo of my two boys. We were mountain biking together. There's a super steep hill. So my youngest son Clayton carried his bike to the top, turned around, sprinted back down, and grabbed my bike to carry it up for me, which was just so sweet. It really made me happy. And I typed up the memory on the back, and then this is from my stash. I had a bicycle stamp, and so I stamped that in colors from the album just to kind of complement the story. And, I always look for reasons to use my stamps from my stamp collection. This tag here says living my best life and I wrote enjoying little everyday moments. And then cute little tag here that says in real life. So when you flip this over, there's another flip flap. This is a 3x3 photo and this is a picture of my mom and I. Every year we go to the Concours d'Elegance in Murphy's. It's a classic car show. So we stopped and we took a quick photo and I documented that memory because again it's something we do every year. And now the next page is a divided, you have 4 3x4 areas here and then you have your pocket cards and then you just add your photos. This is a walk in our local downtown area and it's one of our favorites. You feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere, but it is right downtown and it goes up and overlooks the city. So this is funny. My son got to join us on this day and they were walking ahead of us and I said, turn around, smile. And he's giving this little hip pop and so is my mom. So grandma and grandson there. It's just a super cute memory. So I did some strip journaling just to talk about that. And I did add this okay smile because that is what I said before they turned around and I snapped that photo. Sorry for the glare, but I want to show you obviously in the page protectors. And speaking of page protectors, that is, a plus about the way this album was designed. A lot of people love mini albums, but they're worried about the longevity of their photos being kind of out exposed. So all of the photos are actually in page protectors in this album. For several of these pages, I kind of let the title dictate what photos I included. So this had this little numbered list and it also had this little pie chart and it says fave and loving. They do have a 2x2 flip flap over this. I just didn't include that, but you know, you can or cannot, you know, totally up to you. I chose to stamp some of my favorite activities in no particular order: hiking, sunny days, scrapbooking, my dogs, and gardening. So this is a picture of me up in the mountains hiking, and then just you know, an everyday photo, and I just wanted that to represent some of my favorites and things that I am currently loving. Now this page is super fun because you're going to hear me say that a lot. I always say things are fun because scrapbooking's fun, right? And this is an acrylic piece here. You can see the scalloped edge, and they have included this cute little pink heart. So the title reads Best Ever. And for that, I selected one of my absolute favorite photos from the year of my two boys and I, and they were dressed up for a dance, and we snapped a photo before I left, and it's just one of my favorites. So I thought that was perfect for the best ever. So when we turn the page, this one's super interactive and tons of fun. You flip this up, they have some journaling in here that you can add, kind of little hidden journaling. It says, "You make me smile," and then there's like the XOXO. So I decided to make this a little page about my husband and I. So it says, "You make me smile." So here's a picture of us going out to dinner, and this is even in a flip flap under here. So it doesn't open like a flip flap, but it's still protecting the photo. So "You make me smile," and then you can fold that back down, open it up. We have another photo. This is my husband and one of our boys playing Exploding Kittens. It's a card game. That might sound horrible if you don't know what that game is, but it's actually hilarious. We laugh a lot when we play that game. So it just kind of warms my heart to see them playing games together, and I love family game night, so I just documented a little bit about that. And then my husband and I on this last summer's road trip in South Dakota, we just saw this dinosaur on the side of the road, and we're like, okay, we got to get a little picture with the dinosaur in the background. So I still need to add my journaling. I'm going to use a white gel pen to journal on the black, but you can even add more photos. So the flip flaps, you could type up your journaling and add it there, or more photos. Lots of things you can do with these interactive pages. Here we have another acrylic piece. It's just like a little divider, and it says "Cherish," and this has lots of texture to it. It's thicker chipboard, like paperboard lettering there. And then on the other side, it says "The simple stuff," and "This made me smile today" on the tag. So I thought this day I was at work, and one of my coworkers, we work at a vet hospital, she was raising a couple bottle lambs, and she brought them to work that day. And so we were having lunch and laying out on the lawn area, and the little lambs were just frolicking, like jumping all around, climbing on our backs. We were joking around because they have goat yoga, and I'm like, hey, we don't have to pay for that. We have little lambs running around. It was just a fun time. Now for this layout, the title was "One Day at a Time." And for that one, I chose to add these two pictures of my kitty boy, Thomas. He is a big, handsome, gray male cat. He's part Maine Coon, and he's looking very pettable, sunning himself belly side up on the patio furniture, but don't you dare touch his belly. He'll let you know what he thinks of that. But I chose this picture for One Day at a Time because, on a sad note, he has been recently diagnosed with congestive heart failure, and we don't know how much longer he's going to be with us. He's a very special kitty, and so we are just relishing each and every day, one day at a time. So that just seemed very appropriate. That's one thing about titles like this, you know, it can mean so many different things. So how does it speak to you? It's just, you know, think of different ways that this applies to your life. This next page, I am going to write a personal story here, so I just haven't done that yet, but there's this cute little pocket, and it includes the paper. You could even tuck more papers in there. You could put a photo. I think I'm going to add a flower right here just to add some roundness, because we have a lot of squares and lines, and so I want to add some roundness to this particular layout. So I'm thinking of a floral element right here. But this page is really fun. It has this cutout. It says, "This makes my heart happy," and it says snippets. So one thing when you're putting yours together, it's supposed to be to where this would be bumped down just enough to where the pink would highlight your word snippets, and it totally not important, right? But it kind of bugs me, but I used double-sided tape, so I couldn't pull it up. But some of you will know what I mean. You're like, oh yes, I can't stand that. So make sure that you put your pink strip to make your pocket to where the snippets will be highlighted by the pink, if that bothers you. Just a little tip there. So everyday life, it says snippets of everyday life, and I selected a photo of my boys doing homework together at the dinner table while I was cooking. And I just love this photo. The two of them are sitting side by side, just totally, you know, immersed in their studies. And it says love captured moments. And that is absolutely perfect because it was just a random little seemingly unimportant moment, but it was special to me. This does have a flip flap. You can again include more photos. I've just journaled a little bit about what was going on and my thoughts behind this photo. The next page is another one of those with all these fun, you know, folds that you can flip out and whatnot. So it says fabulous, cute little heart here. And then remember this, I selected again another photo of my husband and I, and this one was special because we went up to the mountains, just the two of us with our horses, and went for a ride, and that's very rare for it to be the two of us. It was such a relaxing day. We rode out to one of our favorite lakes, so the title, These Are the Days. And then again, this folds out. You could add a little bit of hidden journaling tucked up in there. And then there's room for another photo on the inside. And now if you open this up, it talks about happy times. So I wrote some things that happen throughout the year that are just some amazing, happy, fun times. Family vacations, scrapbooking with friends, annual trips to the coast, mountain biking adventures with my boys and dogs, and then backyard barbecues in the summer. Just, you know, things that go on, highlights of the year, if you will. This is a picture of my friend Bonnie and I, and we took over my husband's shop. You guys are die-hard scrapbookers. I mean, look at that. There's two of us, and we've spread out. We each have a 6-foot table, and then we had some guests coming, but they weren't there yet, so we took over their table space too. You guys, can you help yourself? No, man, there's space. You're gonna spread it out and take over. So too funny. But I just journaled about what we were doing and how our long scrapbooking weekends are never long enough. You know, we get together a couple times a year, and it is just always a wonderful time. So, you know, happy times, that can be just some favorite memories, whatever you want to write there. So that we'll get that folded back up. And now this page, it says look on the bright side, and that is a pre-printed card. We have a couple cute little banner tails sticking out here. And I love how that this is a different shape. We have a little half circle here. Now this is super fun. So I used this section. These were already printed on here. 100% fun, live more, today was awesome, and live in the moment. And I chose to use this little waterfall section to document friends this summer. And this, there's a little, you can see the journaling lines where you can add your journaling, but I wanted to add this stamp set from my stash. It says love these people, and so I selected the glacier color and turned that the opposite way and filled that space. So I thought the title was appropriate because again, I'm documenting friends throughout the year. And you're probably thinking, how can I narrow my friends down to 4 different photos? So these were special encounters. So these are some friends that I, work with dog training weekly. But when we were on our road trip, we were driving through Wyoming, and they were at a dog trial that I couldn't go. I couldn't join them because I was on the road on a vacation, and I was texting them. They were letting me know the status, and it turns out we were driving right by the fairgrounds where the dog trial was. So I stopped in. Here, we're all from California, and I stopped in and saw 2 of my regular friends just randomly in Wyoming. So this is a little flip flap, and I typed up this story. I didn't write it because I had a lot to say, and that way I could keep it nice and tight and fit it. But yeah, totally random. It just shows you what a small world it is. So then you flip it up, and we have this waterfall feature going on. This is the fabulous Carrie Simmons, who is a fellow scrapbooker and YouTuber. And on that same vacation, she, met up with me on the road, and that was our first time meeting meeting in person. So that was a really good friend highlight of the year. And I just, talked about how much she inspires me, and she's such a talented, paper crafter. And then this one here is my friend Becky. She is a veterinarian I work for, and she is my horseback riding buddy. She's always up for a horseback adventure. So I documented, you can put pictures on both sides, just some cute little 2x2 pictures of her on a horse. We were up in the mountains out for a day ride. And then this one is one of my best friends, and we were on vacation, and she's my adventure buddy and my scrapbooking buddy, lots of things. So I just wrote a few little notes about my friendship with her. So that's just one way you can use this little element, but lots of fun things. There was a tag that said, I think, summertime memories, and I just didn't put that on there because I wasn't sure if they were necessarily going to be summertime memories. It turns out that they actually were, but so I might go and add that afterwards. This is another divided page. You have two, 4x6 pockets, and they have these colorful photo mats, and you just add your pictures. So these were photos of my boys on their prom day. Now they're homeschooled, so they don't have a traditional prom, but these kids decided to make that event happen for themselves. So this is them before they were totally dressed up, just sitting on the patio, hanging out together, and then driving. And it was just a fun, I let them borrow my car because my son's car is kind of it's a teenager car. So they wanted to, pick up their dates in a nice ride. So they got to borrow my car, and there they are looking so cool. I just thought it was a fun moment. So I stamped fun times, and then there's a couple little chipboard hearts. And then on the other side is, more from that same event. And these are, sorry, let me get the glare off there. My son and his girlfriend, and then my son just looking super happy in his suit. Now this I did stamp and add that myself, and I added my journaling to this circle and die cut that out and added that also. Now this is a really fun page. So what I did is I just selected kind of an everyday moment. This is just up above my house. I'm riding my horse, and life is made of moments. Enjoy the journey. That comes from this love story scrapbooking stamp. If you've been watching my channel, you see me use this quite a bit. It's just classic titles: Better Together, Family, Time, Memories. You could just use memories. Enjoy the journey. Life is made of moments. And then this little die cut or notepad that you can stamp and die cut out is just ridiculously cute. So that is where that came from. I wanted to point it out because it is not included in the album. That was just something I added. So this is a 4x6 flip flap, and when you open this up, I should explain, that is a gorgeous picture of the sun setting above my house, and I just happened to catch it at the right time out on an afternoon or evening ride on my horse, and it was one of those stop and smell the roses kind of a moment, just really taking in, slow down and take in the beauty all around you. So that was a photo I wanted to document, and you'll see these photos come up. I'm going to scrapbook a lot of these in my 12x12 albums, and that's okay because these are just snapshots and highlights of the year, and then a lot of them will have their own spread later on. So you flip this up. This pocket card here had the days of the week already on there. I did not add that. It comes that way. So what I wanted to do is I thought, let's capture kind of a glimpse of my week in just a week routine. So Sunday, I did a little picture of our pastor preaching at my church, and I didn't have a picture of that because it might be kind of awkward to take your camera and just be like snapping photos during the sermon. Maybe not. I don't know. I've not actually tried it, but I pulled that off of Facebook, and for my personal use, that's fine. Monday, I work at the vet hospital, so I used a picture of my coworkers being silly with some baked goods a client brought us. Tuesday and Thursdays are dedicated scrapbook days. I schedule those days to work on just scrapbook and work on projects. So there I am in my craft space, and here is a picture I just pulled off the catalog from online of one of my favorite paper packs and that I was working with at the time. So this is a current paper pack in now in 2022, but I was working on that in, December before it came out. Wednesday, I chose this adorable picture of my dog Luna, and those are some weights. I'm working out and she thinks that that's a bad idea, and she's laying down, making it kind of difficult for me. Obviously, I try to work out more than one day a week, but these are snapshots of my routine life throughout the week. So I wrote workout and mountain biking because every Wednesday that is, I generally get in a long mountain biking loop and always make sure to get in a good workout. Friday is my dog training day. So I have these are those friends that I ran into in Wyoming randomly. And we go down every Friday to the valley and we work our dogs. Basically, we let them chase sheep around, work and guide sheep around the field, trying to hit obstacles while we're at it. And then we go to Costco and Trader Joe's. And Saturday's a free day. So this represents my Saturday because it's just a free day doing something I enjoy. Now, when we turn the page, this one is super cute. So you could add photos to this if you wanted, but this is a great journaling spot. So good times. And then there's this cute little half circle that you grab to flip that open. It says simple things on the inside, noted. These are all, they have texture. You put these on, they are like little chipboard pieces. And I don't know if I mentioned in the beginning, there's chipboard pieces, there's all these punch out shapes and die cuts, and then there's a sticker sheet also. So some of these are stickers, and the pockets are all scored and it tells you how to put everything together. But I love this. So you just flip it open, and just so many fun colors and details to take in. And then these are all different tags that you can write on. Like, look at that. It says my happy place. So I still need to fill this out, obviously, but I wanted to get this out to show you guys, because if you want to join in the Facebook Live event, I wanted to give you a chance to see what it was in case you thought this was a good fit for you. And then this side, this page is so cute. There's these little 2x2 flip flaps, and then you can journal the story in these pockets. So you can also add, I'm going to put a picture here on this one. So there'll be a little picture, and then there's another flip flap. I need to add my final photo. So cute. And then I know you guys are going to ask, I use print to size to get all these little photos. I print at home. I have the Epson PictureMate 400, which is awesome. Absolutely love that printer. And the print to size app, I know there's different, ones out there. It's basically a 4x6. You can change the size, but you can make your photo any size within that 4x6 or whatever. You can set it to 5x7. The Epson PictureMate does print up to 5x7. That is how I printed this one here. And again, I know there's apps out there that have like templates where you drop the photos in. I just dropped all these photos in, and then you just click and drag to make them whatever size you want to make them. I have an iPhone. I don't know if it's compatible with Android. That would be something you'd have to look into. But it works great for me. The quality's perfect. I have no complaints. I love it. So this last page here it says keeping it real, and I chose a picture of my family, and I'm going to do some journaling behind this. This was on our road trip, and it was just a fun moment. We were all excited. We were about to go on a cave tour, and we were waiting our turn to get in the elevators to ride down to the bottom of the cave, and everybody's just kind of excited, and it was a fun memory. So that I just need to add my journaling there. And then your back cover. So if you are going to add these into your 6x8 albums, you don't have to use your cover. Obviously, you could save that and do something else with it. But again, this is available through February, and it's just so fun. I really love all these bits and pieces. Now, I told you I would tell you some ideas on how to use this for yourself. So my girlfriend and I were coming up with different things, and we're like, what can we do, you know, to use this? And then we decided at the end we each needed about 5 albums, because a girls' weekend getaway, like a little trip, this would be absolutely perfect. You can do a month in the life of, like a photo a day. This would work really well to document a photo of the day if you just pick a month and document whatever. You may be thinking, I don't have anything, you know, worth documenting. It could be a cup of coffee that you got from Starbucks, your favorite drink. I mean, there's so many things that you can document. So, you know, girls' weekend getaway, month in the life, a vacation. You can do vacation highlights and use this to document, you know, a photo, you know, of what you did each day and document the story. A siblings album. How cute would that be? That's why I'm like, I need another one. I'm going to document my sister. So a siblings album would be really fun. And then a baby album. What a great gift that would be for grandma. You can document pictures of your kids and, you know, wrap it up and send it to grandma. But I think it'd be a great baby album. So again, just some suggestions. I would love to hear what you guys might use this for in the comments below. So I look forward to reading those comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this album, and I will catch you next time. Bye.